What is going on? What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Heart of the City, man, where we cover all New York / New Jersey area sports. A little bit of Connecticut too. But anyway, man, we here to give you all the news, all the notes, man, and it is a lot going on. We got the Knicks in action, Nets in action, Devils in action, and of course we got to talk about those raggedy football teams. I mean, but anyway, Coach, how you doing, man? How you feeling tonight, bro?
I'm good, man. Just staying on top of things in the college football world. College signing day for those who dive into it. So got a little bit of stuff we'll talk about later. But how are you, man?
I'm doing well, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into that, man. All that and more, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. If you are feeling the content, shout out to our producer, Big Pat Sports Talk, in the background on the tracks, man. And that being said, man, let's hit that intro, man. Let's get into it, man. It's Heart of the City.
Ricey K, the Raise It Man.
All right, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Iman Perry, what's good, man? Appreciate you tapping in. Raphael, what's good, man? Appreciate you tapping in. And man, y'all been holding it down, man, in the chat for years. Thank you, man. Shout out to y'all, man. But Coach, man, right now we gotta talk about my basketball team here. That's the Brooklyn Nets. Look at there. Look at there. Oh shit, bro. They are beating the shit out the Bulls. What's going on,
Bruh?
I don't know, man. I got eyes on the game. But look, man, the Nets, man, starting to pick it up here. Now 4-16. So. But all jokes aside, man, this Nets team is not in it for obviously this season. They are looking to see what they're getting out the future, man. And speaking of the future, you want to see what some of these young guys are doing right now. You know, you got Danny Wolf in there. Drake Powell's been getting a lot of minutes. Ben Saraf has been getting a lot of minutes, as has Igor Demon, you know, Tyrese Martin, guys like that. Noah Clowney, a guy that we've talked about. He's been scoring a lot here lately. So he's starting to ascend. So we'll see what you get out of this group, man. But they're out there trying to figure it out, man. And they just, like I said, man, they just caught the Bulls, man. You know what I'm saying? With a punch, man. With a sneak punch. You know what I'm saying? This should not be happening. You know what I mean? Although Chicago's not a great team by all means, but they are 6-2 at home, and you getting beat like this at home ain't a good look. But Coach, what's your thoughts, man? What you thinking, man? What you thinking about what's going on here?
I mean, you know, the Nets are a work in progress. Yes, we know that, but they're showing fight. They're competing, whether they're winning or losing, how big or not. When I have watched them, they are competing. They're just a young team, and they're trying to find the right fit into the culture that your head coach is trying to instill. So, you know, they're becoming. You look, they got a lot of young kids now, you know, and you know, no one knows what this year how it will turn out ultimately, but they're setting themselves up perfectly for the future, to be brutally honest. And you know, it wouldn't surprise me next year if they're competing at least for a play-in, if not for a playoff spot next year. You know, if you get a couple of pieces to go along with what you have right now. So I like what I'm seeing about the Nets overall. I'm not looking at the record. I'm looking at, first and foremost, are you competing? And if you're competing, that's a big start right there. And are they tapped into the head coach? Because, you know, as we've seen with other teams in the area, coaches are going to lose players, you know, if they don't buy in. So there you have it. So
yeah. So as we've talked about the Nets, the Bulls are starting to get back in this game. Not surprisingly, like I said, a young team. You don't really expect that, you know, killer instinct, as they say. But Michael Porter Jr., you know, he's out there, you know, trying to carry the squad, so to speak. But, Coach, we're gonna switch gears here to the New York Knicks real quick, and the Knicks, they up right now. I don't know if you're watching the game, but they up 100.
I don't get the games because it's on MSG.
84.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. But they up 101 to 84. So Cat Towns leading the way, 31 points. Let's look at the full box score here.
I'm going to be tapped in Thursday. Nets playing Utah, hosting Utah. Okay.
So Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Towns, all doing their thing. Basically got virtually nothing from your bench, 12 points. But you beating Charlotte, not a surprise here. But what's your thoughts on this Knicks team, man?
They
Give
bums.
us the scoop.
They bums.
Nah, don't give me that thing.
They bums, man. How you gonna lose yesterday?
How
yesterday you was trending nicely, and Started out well against Boston. Don't get me wrong, Boston's a tough team, and then you bitch up. And I don't accept that.
They did.
Cat Towns, man. I mean, look,
they did noodle up Boston.
Teams in the league know, get physical with him, you can get into his head. That's really what it is. And then sometimes when he makes a powerful move, don't get me wrong, you flexing while the other team is starting to run down the other court. I'm starting to see the same shit that I was having issues with Julius sitting back yelling at their referees. Get your slow ass back down the court. And why are you only focusing? Yesterday, Jaylen Brown did a move. Cat was in the paint. Should have rotated over, and he stepped out of the way and let Jaylen Brown go in for the dunk. And that started the trend because Boston got the lead there. I was pissed off, man. I'm tired of seeing this with the kid. The kid is talented. He's too talented to play soft and not be smart. And you get these stupid, everyone talks about it, the stupid fouls. I'm not talking about being aggressive, but you get these little ticky-tack stupid fouls, man. It's frustrating. And you wonder why people talk about, oh, well, with the Sham story today, well, you know, maybe we can trade Cat for the Greek Freak. I'm not saying it's happening. Please don't think that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying there's a large part of the fan base that's like, yo, trade him for. And you know what? It shouldn't be. At least Cat should be saying, nah, New York, you got me and you're gonna rock with me. He's too inconsistent. There's too many games where, you know what, he disappears. And I'm talking about even putting up single digit numbers. Come on, man. Nah, man. Nah. He's frustrated me, and I've watched this kid since he was at St. Joseph's in Metuchen High School, and I'm like, yeah, this kid got it. I watched him at Kentucky. I even watched him a little bit at Minnesota, seeing his game develop. But all you want to do is just score points, man. Basketball is more than that.
It is, but you know, are you gonna dismantle the chemistry of your team to go out and get Giannis?
That's not what I'm saying. That's first.
I mean, that is what's being reported. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. If we're gonna go there, you're gonna get Giannis. I get what you're saying. It's what are you giving up? Yes, that is key. If you're going to strip your whole team down, then nah. But you know, with the way the CBA is structured, I mean, Giannis is at 54.1, Cat is at 53 and change. So they're literally almost a swap. You know, you're going to have to throw another play in to make the monies match. But you know, other than that, but realistically, is Milwaukee going to take Cat? They're going to want more. So
yeah, they're going to want more.
Now, when you say strip it, I'm not saying give up Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, and Cat Towns just for him. Because I saw somebody talk about, you could do a 3-team trade to, you know, get rid of all of them and Josh Hart to get Giannis. And then what? There's being aggressive. There's, you know, doing what you can do. But then there's stupidity. I'm not talking about being stupid. You know, now look, if you can get him, if OG, I love OG, and I know he's injury prone, but I do like his game. But if the only person I would honestly say is not tradable is Brunson. So I get what you're saying as far as the chemistry. Giannis can score 30 points on a regular, and he brings you more defensively. Yeah. So, you know, so it goes both ways. You know, do you think he would help the team? And that's what you have to ask. And what pieces are you going to need? Now, look, I don't think you're going to be giving up everything. Because number one, you can't afford him, Brunson, and Cat. So you're going to have to do it at minimum a 3-team trade. So Cat is going if you're getting Giannis. It's who else is going, and then don't forget you're still bringing in money because if you do trades for argument's sake, Giannis and OG, the Knicks still have to bring in $40 million. They still do. So you're still going to get somebody somewhere along the line. Maybe not to talent wise, and it could give you a different dynamic and it could help the team. So I'm just saying, do you do it? Yeah, I'm sorry. If you can get Giannis, yeah, you do have to make that strong effort to get him. And what are you giving up? We'll see. But you got it, bro. Go ahead.
I think I think if you're the Knicks and you want to you're going to weaken Milwaukee, and you trying to strengthen your team too as well. But in a trade situation, like I said, I always look at both sides, all angles. And the Bucks, they're gonna want Jalen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna want Jalen Brunson. And if you're the Knicks, it's not worth it. So now,
you're not giving them Brunson.
So now, what does this do? What this does is it's gonna make Giannis basically the controller of the trade, because they're gonna say, well, the Knicks don't have what we want. Do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? And if he says no, I want to go to New York, then that will flip it to where, in a sense, New York will now, the Knicks will have the leverage, and they could be like, look here, bro, take Cat Towns or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way I see that working out. Because why would I want to flip? Exactly. I'm not taking Carl Anthony Towns for Giannis. No way in hell. You got to give me at least your best player, which is Jalen Brunson. At least start there and some.
No, you don't start there. Sorry, you don't start. And that's why I said to you before, Jalen Brunson is not in the question. I mean, in the trade talks, he's not. And if that is the end all, then you know what? That's the best we can do. But now, don't forget.
I'm Milwaukee. I'm asking for Brunson.
I'm not saying don't ask for him. Of course you ask. But I'm saying, as New York, if I'm New York, it's like no. But that's why you also look at a multi-team trade situation.
If you get into the multi-team trade things where they get an extra kick, you know what I'm saying, and for taking on Cat Towns or whoever the Knicks is giving them, then that's something different. But if it's just them two trying to work it out,
no. That's why to me, it realistically, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't. Unless Giannis says point blank, it's only New York, nowhere else. Like you said, if Giannis says, and according to what, reading between the lines, that's kind of what I'm getting from Giannis, from the reports. So if that's what he's saying, then that's to New York's benefit, like you just said, and then you work around. Someone in the league will take Cat. Now, I'm not saying every team, but there are teams that will. So, New York, you have to do your due diligence and see what it's going to cost you. Period. Case closed. So that's where I see it. So that's interesting. Right now, Nets up 81-72 over the Bulls. Michael Porter Jr. with 28. High man for the Nets.
The only other player in double figures for the Nets is Noah Clowney with 11. But Bulls, Josh Giddey, 24. Vujovic, 14, and then Buzelis, whatever that is, 11. And then of course the Knicks still beating up on the Hornets, 112-98. That game's about over, 219 in the fourth. That being said, man, I just, coach, man, when it comes to this Knicks team, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know if they getting through the East, bro. I don't know, man. What you think? I don't know if they getting through the East. Coach.
Yeah.
Coach.
Yeah.
Detroit is playing.
Okay.
Right. The Knicks can't seem to beat Boston for some reason, even though they got a better record than Boston right now.
They beat Boston to start the season. Can't say they don't beat them.
I'm saying?
They beat them last year.
Man, we'll see. Miami, that's another bugaboo for you. And the Hawks.
With Miami, no, not the Hawks. It's Orlando. Now, if you want to say Orlando, right now they're 0-2 versus Orlando in the season.
I think all them teams gonna give y'all trouble when it comes to playoffs.
I'm not gonna sit here and say they're not gonna be a challenge, but you make it sound like they just gonna get bitched out of the playoffs. And I'm sorry.
I didn't make it sound like that at all.
Okay,
I just said I don't know. I don't know, because again, this was supposed to be all right. The Knicks, but the injuries to the Pacers and them being dog shit, and the Celtics, them being down, and the Milwaukee Bucks, obviously with Giannis, he wasn't out of there now, so it was really y'all, you know what I'm saying, that, and y'all in fourth.
But you have a new coach. If it wasn't for the loss yesterday, they would have been in second. These teams are too close. This is why I get what you're saying, but you can make that same argument for every other team right there with the Knicks. So I get what you're saying. It's not going to be easy. The Knicks were in second yesterday. The loss put them to fourth. They're going to win. I think Toronto lost today. So, or was it Miami? Hold on, let me double check. Miami is losing to Dallas.
I'm looking at it. Y'all 3.5 behind Detroit Pistons right now.
Detroit, all right. And we haven't even played Detroit yet. So now I'm not saying it's going to be tough, but you know what? What's to say we don't get 2 games? It's still early in the season, bro. And the Knicks are still. Don't forget, Mike Brown is a new coach. Everybody's expecting. And what did I say? I said, you know what? 20, 25 games, you'll start to see how they are. You know what? When you get closer to the All-Star game, now we can really start talking and seeing if the Knicks are 4th, 5th, 6th. Then you know what? Yeah, you have a valid point. But they were second yesterday. And one loss moved them to 4th. And it's going to change again after today because Miami lost. So I get it. Still early. Still filling it out. We don't know what if they're going to make a trade or what, or anyone else in the conference. So still early. I'm waiting to see it. So I'm not panicking, but I also have my problems with certain people. You know that. So, but I'm not going crazy right now. I'm not.
Dewberry Sports, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. All right, man. I'm done picking on the Knicks.
The Knicks. I get what you're saying, which is a lot of validity. So don't take it as I don't take it that you're picking on the Knicks.
Nah, I analyze basketball fairly. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, cool. I want to see them as in the Knicks. I want to see if they could, get into that
Mhm.
finals. And
Mhm.
the East is supposed to be, pretty much, they were pretty much considered the favorite. You know,
Mhm.
going
Mhm.
in this year, given all the everything else with the other teams, Philadelphia, they be in Philadelphia, whack ass team that they are, and then Cleveland, underperforming right now. So
Mhm.
um but yeah, it was the Knicks, maybe people put Cleveland in there, some maybe had or Detroit or Orlando, but again, most people, given the situation, a veteran
Mhm.
team, you
Mhm.
know, um, you thinking the Knicks, a team that was in the
The finals last year.
conference finals last year,
Mhm.
so you thinking that's the team that's going to get through, and um, I don't know. I mean, they're 10-1 at home, so
Mhm.
um, defend home court in the
Mhm.
NBA. You should have home court advantage in the playoffs, but you can't be dog shit on the road. But you know what I'm saying, as long as you win most of your home games, I think you'll be fine. So I'm not saying that they are in some type of trouble or anything like that. I'm just saying
But
that
you'd be
I'm
surprised how
I'm
many
look
people. You'd be surprised how many people, whether they're Knicks fans or not, really are to the point like, oh, blow this team up right now. That's why I'm like, yo, everybody needs to calm the fuck down.
but
Really.
I mean, and the narratives, I hear the narratives, so that's why
Mhm.
when we talk about the Knicks, I'm like, okay, so like, what's going on? Is this really the vibe? Are they trying to trade for Giannis and dismantle the team and not stick the course? And got a new head coach and all this and all that. So I'm like, damn, is it that bad? But they beating up on the Hornets, taking care of business, which they should. You know,
Mhm.
you don't lose to bad teams. That's one thing you don't do.
Mhm.
Um, especially at the crib. So, but you wonder why people are panicking, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's just because their belief is that the Knicks should be, you know,
Blowing everyone
atop
out.
the conference right now. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And it's
Mhm.
not. It's Detroit. So I guess they feel some type of way. But I would never. I mean, like you said, if it's a veteran team, they shouldn't even be worrying about getting the first, seed. You know what I'm saying? You should be worrying about getting your team to the playoffs healthy. That's the
Mhm.
main thing. Because if you didn't have the first seed last year, you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So what does it matter? So again, them being in fourth, at least you in fourth, you still got home court in the first round.
Yeah, just went final.
So yeah, that one's final. The Nets still battling it out with the Bulls. But but yeah, man, that's how I'm looking at it, coach.
Mhm. I get you. It's all groovy gravy, baby.
All right, man. Let's all right, man. All right, it did. All right. Here comes the depressing part of the show. Let's get to these football teams.
New York Giants. New York Jets.
Oh my god. I mean, if you if you want to talk about a shit show, I mean, the fucking New York Giants, they give it to you every time, bro. They give it to you every time, and that's what they did Monday night. A 33-15 beatdown by the New England Patriots. Came into the Patriots house, thought you was hot shit, but you was not. You was just a little bro on the block. You know what I'm saying? So again, Jackson Dart, you know, he couldn't dart his way to a victory in this one. He couldn't do it all. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't be that hero. They want him to be the hero, though. They do.
We don't need another hero.
but hey, you know, they had blown motor. They tried to get him revved up, but you know, it got going a little bit. 12 carries, 68 yards. But hey, look, man, it's the same old. No matter what the coach is, no matter what the GM is, and that's why I keep saying it's an organizational problem. And I don't I have a suggestion, but before I get into that, I want to get your thoughts on this game, Coach, and what you're seeing out there and just the state of the team right now as the Giants go into their bye week.
Honestly, you know, after Monday's game, it was extremely disappointing. Did I expect more? Look, first and foremost, you know, with the two rookies, that to me, I mean, first of all, you're seeing what was running rampant, which we all kind of knew what was going on when the former head coach was around. He was, you know, showing his favoritism in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, and he was letting certain players do whatever because, again, he's trying to, in a sense, keep his job. Didn't work, but and that's the trickle down. And now you expect the Kafka to come in, and he's trying, you know, 2 times in 3 weeks. Abdul Carter is suspended to start the game. He didn't sit out the complete game, but he did get suspended. You know, falling asleep in meetings. I even heard a rumor. I have no validity, but I saw it that, you know, he was reading he was on an adult entertainment site while in the meeting. You know, whatever. If that's true, you know, it's like I'm like, yo, bro, if that's the case, let's be real.
He wasn't doing that, was he?
I don't know. Like I saw it, I'm like, yo, where the hell did they get this from? But I'm thinking, like, bro, man, if that's true, you couldn't at least wait till your break, go out to your farm, watch a little bit of something. You know, come on, man. I mean, but seriously, to get suspended 2 times in 3 weeks, that's the problem. You know, now, could you make an argument that Kafka should have sat him for the whole game and make a bigger impact? Yeah. But I know fans are going to, oh, no, you need him, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, Kafka's also trying to set a tone. He's trying to show that he should be.
Right, he's trying to get the job.
Exactly. So, and discipline is a big factor. So, you know, and look, New England, they wanted that game. And they came out and they punched New York all over the place. Every orifice or whatever, every part of the New York body you would think, you know, and, you know, everyone's complaining about that hit about Jackson Dart. I'm like, that was a clean hit. You know, Jackson Dart needed to step his ass out of bounds, you know, plain and simple. And you cause your teammate to react, causing the team to get a penalty, when if you just stepped out a yard earlier, it would have been 3rd and 2. So it's like, you know, and his comment afterwards, you know, that's my play. No one's saying take away your play. Be who you are, but be smart, because you're needed in the big landscape of everything. And you just gotta, hey, at times slide. At times you're on the sideline, you see a dude coming, you want to try and get the first down, but let me step out and play and live to play another play. Plain and simple. And that's the thing that this organization, because I forgot who said it. It's no matter what, this organization has a losing culture, a losing mindset. No one really knows how to win as a collective group. And until you get the true leadership in, this is what we're going to get. This is what we're going to get. And I'm going to be honest, Kafka may get considerations, but unless they win these last 4 games, he's gone. His whole staff is gone. After the presser yesterday with the GM, I think he's probably, he's going to start the search, but ownership is going to do the hire, and then they're probably going to reevaluate him, and he's gone. And what have we been saying? You need a complete, you were saying it last year, you need a complete refresh. But the Giants, being the Giants, you nickel and dime it, and this is the results we get as fans.
Yeah, I don't look. Here's what I proposed. I hear what you're saying, but what they really need, bro, is to keep the Maras out of it. And the only way to do that is to bring in, like they do in basketball, shout out to the people, that was on the stream with us the other day, but
excuse me,
a president of football operations.
Fair.
And that can be the bridge between ownership and the GM, and ultimately, you hear ownership out, but if it don't make sense, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, it's that person's call. You hear your GM out, cool, but you know what I'm saying? Like somebody that knows football, because you just got a bunch of people in there that just don't know what the fuck they doing, bro. And you can't put the ball back in John Mara's hands. You can't. He is incompetent when it comes to football decisions. He's done well as a businessman, well respected in the NFL. Whatever, side things he's got going on. But when it comes to football, historically, the Maras do not know and do not make good football decisions. It is always an intermediate, like George Young, who trained Accorsi, who trained Reese. And now they got this big problem because they don't have that intermediate person. Now, again, they keep telling you these Joe Shane got carte blanche. Dave Gettleman, he got carte blanche and all this and all that. But I proved time and time again that the Maras are still heavily involved. And we just went through it again this year. So until you get them up out the football decisions, ain't nothing going to change over there. And then you want to fire Joe Shane, fire this person, fire that person, and clean house to bring in who? A fairy tale person from the sky, or some old nostalgic coach, Bill Parcells, 90 years old, to come back. And that's how Giants fans think, bro. Like, it's goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you keep wanting shit to be the same, but shit, everything else around you's changing. And they want to bring back, and I'm all for bringing back the style of football that they used to play. But you need a coach that's going to come in there, and you need somebody that's going to be able to make good football decisions in your upper management first and foremost. And if it ain't Joe Shane, cool, you can get rid of him. I'm not caping for Joe Shane. Although I don't consider them to, I don't think they should fire him. But if they do, and I'm not going to fucking weep about it for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I do think they need another person in that front office to calm some of that Mara shit down. Because they even got the Tim Mara dude in there and all these other cousins and people that have been in there for damn near family. They've been in there so damn long, and they telling you they cleaning them out, but they still in there. They still there. They showed you on Hard Knocks. They still there. Heavily involved. So I don't want to hear this shit that, it's a conspiracy. They are still heavily involved, and they make bad decisions. Mm-hmm. And you need a football guy that can come in there and say, look here, Mr. Mayor, and stand up to them and no, this was going down. This is not a good decision, and we need to go in this direction. It's best for our football team. Yada 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 in the long run. Mm-hmm. And somebody that can stand up to that funky ass media. That's another thing they need. Because they just let the media just bitch them around. But go ahead.
I get what you're saying. But when you talk about someone who owns a business, because the Giants are a business, period, case closed. Mm-hmm. And I understand they're in business with every other owner in the NFL. But if you look at the valuation of the New York Giants, it continues to grow. And you're not going to get someone coming in a sense. I'm not, let me just say, I'm not kiboshing what you're saying, because I agree. You need someone with a football acumen, because as Yankee fans, we used to hear that with George Steinbrenner for the longest while, until he eventually started to trust the Stick Michaels and those who were in the organization. But there was a while he wasn't listening to people. When you are the owner and it's your money, you ain't hearing what somebody else. You'll take heed to it. Don't get me wrong. But if you want to make the final decisions, it's also your right, because you own the team. We are fans, and we are invested, yes, with our monies, but our hearts and our souls. And I get that. But the reality is, it's their business, and how they see fit running it. You either
they can run their business. We talking about football,
but football is the business. I get what you're saying. There's an on-field product. And look, don't forget. I may not have done it at the NFL level, but I ran several minor league semi-pro football, so I understand separating the business from the field. And that's one of the things when I was it, and I used to stress that to my partners. Look, we got to separate the football from the field from the business. I get that. But ultimately, it is their decision, no matter what happens on that field. If they don't want what's happening on the field to happen, if they say change it, you got to change it, because it's their money and it is their business. So what I'm saying
if it's their money and their business, and they want to continue to make fucked up decisions, then they'll get a fucked up product.
Exactly.
So that's the point. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying it's not going to change. If you want change results, then you got to do something different. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep going in there. And I'm not even talking about, the high level business decisions. I'm talking about these dudes making decisions on the quarterbacks, the running backs, like they're making decisions like they're general managers. And again, that's just not good business for them. Smart. Yes. You see what I'm saying? So again, that's what I mean. Ain't nothing going to change until they realize and look in the mirror and get out the fucking way and fall back.
I agree with you, bro. I agree
That's
with
all
you,
I'm saying.
but I'm also saying I'm not going to, in the sense, I'm not stressing what Mara and the rest of the ownership does. They're the owners. I just look at it. You're the owners. Whatever is, can you get the right people in place and allow them to do their job? Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, I mean, hell, look at that funky team from down south. You got an owner who's the general manager, the president of operations, but hold on a minute. But what does he do? He brings the values of that organization. And he said it. He's come out and said it. When I get involved and I do some crazy stuff, the value of this team goes up. And what I'm saying, we as fans want to focus on the field. The owners don't. Because their pockets are getting richer. Remember, this team is now over $10 billion. A couple of years ago, it was what, 6, 7?
I know that. I know exactly what you're saying. But to your point about Jerry Jones, the difference with Jerry Jones and John Mara is the fact that Jerry Jones actually acts as the buffer. You know what I'm saying? And he
True.
keeps the attention off the team and on him, and it allows the team to focus more on the football field.
True.
That's
fair.
why the Cowboys are usually a good team.
Hey, you're right. He does take the heat. He'll come out there and be Jerry. You're right about that.
This is what John Mara does. John Mara goes ghost all year, comes at the end of the year, but lames the coaches and everybody else on the field and then disappears again. That's what he does. But meanwhile, as we discovered in Hard Knocks, and shout out to Hard Knocks, because they gave him up. They gave him up. You know what I'm saying? They gave him up.
Sorry, didn't see
because it was stuff I was already saying and people wasn't believing me. You know what I'm saying? That dude was heavily involved in the decisions, as far as personnel was concerned, bro. And you don't necessarily want your owner doing. And if he is doing that, then be Jerry Jones. Take the bullets for these coaches. Be the forefront and sell the team. You know what I mean? And market the team better. You know what I'm saying? Get a better stadium. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like his style, bro. I don't like this style right here. Bro.
What I'm getting at is to you and the other fans out there, like everybody attacks him, and I get it. Sell the team and all this and that.
I'm not a fan, and I don't care if they sell the team or not.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, what my point is, you guys are banging your head against the wall, going at ownership, and you know what? Yeah, and you're right. Everything you said is a trillion percent. It's a trillion percent right, but it's still his team. Why go at him? You see me? Have I ever really gone at Mara? Have I ever really gone at Mara, or I've gone at the GMs and the coaches? Who do I usually go after?
The GMs and coaches.
Exactly, because I can't. There's nothing. He's the owner.
Right.
It's to me. For me, it's illogical.
He can't change.
Bro, how long have we been dealing with this?
Look here, man. Look here, bro. If you selling me hamburgers, right? And them shits is rotten. And I just keep buying the rotten hamburgers, right?
Bingo.
But I blame the cooks, the cashier, and everybody else, but the person that's selling me the rotten hamburgers. You see how and every year I just keep on going by that and wonder why they're like, and the cashiers and everybody just like, hey, this is what they give us and we got to sell it. So why get mad at them? That's what I'm saying. That makes no sense.
And you're going at the owner, and he's not changing. So if he's not changing, then the only other alternative, which we as fans we have been invested too long, is to change teams. It's either to change, not support the business.
Look, bro. I told you I've been tapped out.
No, I get you. But what I'm saying is because you're going at if the owner's not changing and you see that, then why are you?
He deserves blame. Why bash on the little guy?
Why do you keep going at him? Say your point. He's at fault, but he's the owner. See, what I'm saying is you keep going. It's the same old thing. You keep spewing the same thing over and over again.
Because ain't nobody else doing it. That's why. Everybody want to go after these players like they.
Okay.
I don't see nobody in the mainstream. They piling on Joe Shane, piling on Brian Dable, piling on Mike Cropper,
and I hear,
piling on that Drew Carter, piling on Jackson Dart, piling on this player, piling on that player, piling on this coach, piling on this GM, piling on the assistants, piling on. I mean, it's on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Ain't nobody saying a goddamn thing about the dang on dude that's running the dang on team, bro.
Disagree with you there. I've seen it. I've read it. I've seen it, read it. But hey, you didn't. I respect you. Say you didn't see it.
You got to look, bro. I made this point the other day. 7 coaches in 13 years. The Giants have been losing record for 11 of them. 11 out of the 13. Okay, cool. You had 3 GMs in those 13 years. And they've been losing 11 out of the 13 years.
We are not debating that. NYG, we're not debating that. The argument you're saying to me is you're going at the owner because no one else is putting it out there. And I just said I disagree. I've seen people
whether they putting it out there or not. It doesn't matter because I'm putting it out there and I'm gonna continue to put it out there. You know why? Because again, it's not the players and coaches' fault at this point. It's his fault because nothing has changed in 13 years, bro. You changed coaches, you changed general managers, you changed trainings, you changed everything. They changed all this other shit. And nobody is saying anything about, okay, well, maybe, just maybe, we could be doing this with a different fucking model in our organization. And I'm even giving you a suggestion that ain't nobody pushing. Now, ain't nobody pushing this. You can dig all you want to. First, heard it here first. President of football operations needed in the New York Giants organization because you got to get them goofy ass motherfuckers about the goddamn building making football decisions, bro. They don't know what they're doing. If you want change, now if you don't want change and you just want, hey, we got Jackson Dart and he's making touchdowns and we're going to still argue about the coaches and why the coaches are so bad. I don't understand. And then the coaches leave and they take off when they go somewhere else. Whoa, why? Same thing with the players. Why? Organizational dysfunction. That's why. Starts at the top. Go ahead, bro.
I'm going to say this, man.
It's simple.
It's 100% correct on that, bro. That's like, Coach, if you started a business and you were selling TVs, and the TVs you bring in, you hire your first people, don't nothing shake. Then you get rid of all of them, then you bring in a whole nother group of salesmen and managers. Your TV still ain't selling. So you fire them too. Then you bring in a whole nother managers and salesmen. They ain't selling shit either. You see what I'm saying? And you keep getting rid of managers and salesmen the whole time. When in the fuck are you gonna look at yourself and say, my product, it must be ass? Okay, nobody can sell this.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on, bro.
I get all of that. Do y'all understand that I do understand that? Mm-hmm. Do you, or are you just disregarding what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
I'm not disregarding what you're saying, but Coach, it's like beating a dead horse. If you continue to talk about, okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying, Pat. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you continue to bang your head on the wall talking about this guy needs to be fired, this guy needs to be fired, this guy can't play, this guy can't do anything. And those very same people you talking about, when you finally get them up out of here, and they go to other teams and become Pro Bowlers.
Mm-hmm.
Wink is being nominated for awards at Michigan.
Rome Henderson got the Colts secondary.
Yeah, like
it's
everybody that comes to you is ass. Everybody that comes to you is ass. All these GMs, all these coaches, all these players, all these drafts, all these new people
came from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Brown came from the Eagles. And Dabo and Shane came from the Bills, winning organizations.
But now you got
everybody is just ass. Abdul Carter's ass. Dexter Lawrence ass. Brian Burns ass. Daniel Jones ass. Old Barkley's ass. Like freaking the preseason Hulk Hogan, David Seals went to the Falcons and made the 53-man roster and caught a touchdown the other day. Alex Bachman is on the roster with the Texans. Or no, the Raiders. Alex Bachman.
Oh, he definitely catching the touchdown when he played the Giants. I'm going to put a bet in for that.
You mean to tell me all these dudes are ass, bro?
Let me ask y'all a question. Because, Pat, you're bringing up all these players. Have I ever said anything about these players?
No, I'm not coming at you, okay. Coach. I'm just
no. I just want to make sure. No, I want to make sure.
I'm just shooting the shit, Coach.
No. Here's the thing also, because I want to make sure people in the chat understand. I'm not sitting here saying that ownership doesn't have some culpability, because they do. All I'm saying is I'm not going at them because to me it's their money. What the fuck it's just like if I own something and you coming at me and telling me you need to get out there, get the fuck out of my face. I'm the owner. If you don't like it,
hold up. Real quick. Let me talk to Coach real quick. Hold on, because I just want to say something real quick. Mm-hmm. So if you're not going to complain about them because it's their money and they can do what they want, why complain about the product if you're buying it?
Bingo. What did I just say earlier? I said you have the other option of not supporting this team, going to another team. I just said that.
But that's what Giants. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what Giants fans are doing. They sitting up there complaining about the product, complaining about this coach, that coach needs to be fired. This coach, and this same thing we've been saying. But again, you're not complaining to the person that's selling you this shit.
And if that's the fans, if all the fans were doing this, be like, yo, you need to chill. We not coming back ever.
Ben said that, guys. I said that a while ago.
That's the saddest thing in the world.
Exactly.
He has the money. He gets to do what he wants. Well, nothing ever is going to fucking change.
Right. Exactly. If the team's value keeps increasing, that's us as a fan base, as a consumer. You just said it, NYG. You just talked about the bad burgers. You're right. If you support a business that's giving you bad product, hey, shut up and deal with it, or go find another business to support.
This fan base needs to grow some cojones, or however they say it, and say, John Mayer, you need to move the fuck around. And the only way you can hurt somebody like a John Mayer is say, you know what? You not getting a penny of what we doing. That's the only way this shit gonna change, bro. Mm-hmm. That's why, or the league does what they did back and during your era, Coach, when you was talking about the 70s and things, to say, look, y'all fucking up the church's money.
But there you said it. There you said
George.
It. He was fucking up the church's money.
Man,
he's not doing it now. That's what I'm getting at. You're right, Pat. You are so right. But we are the reason.
You're the reason for your own misery.
Bingo.
And guess what? You know what the sick part about it is? They love it. They love it.
Exactly.
It's that the Giants fan base. Let me tell you something real quick, and then I'm gonna go back to the dungeon. The Giants fan base is a toxic woman, man. That's all they are, bro. I'm gonna just keep it real. You can counsel me or whatever you want to say. They're a toxic woman, bro. This woman, this man been beating you, cheating on you, ain't been taking care of you. Only thing he giving you is you. Everybody know where I'm going with that. Only thing that he's giving you. Your friends are telling you, dog, girl, you got to go. Get away from that man. He's toxic. All these other fan bases like, man, y'all stupid than a motherfucker. Ain't no way we'll sit there and accept that shit. But the Giants fan base, they love the black eye. They love the number 1 pick and the number 3 pick and the number 5 pick, the number 6 pick, the number 5 and 7 pick that don't go your way. Every cornerback that you draft is trash. Every coach that you bring in is trash. Every coordinator that you bring in is trash. Your defense is trash. Your offense is trash. And guess what he gave you as a present for saying, man, I've been messing up? He gave you a medium Pepsi. That's the equivalent of a dude giving a girl a flower. I done put my foot in your ass for 10 years. I done slept with your sister, your best friend. I ain't paid a bill in this motherfucker. You a nurse and you've been working your ass off all this time. Here's a flower. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to go right back and doing the same thing I've been doing, whooping your ass. That's what the Giants are doing, and that's why people like NYG are frustrated. Man, I don't let dudes in the street play with me like this, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, yo.
Real talk, bro.
Shit.
That's like the nigga in the street just come in your house, take your food.
It's like he's selling you a bootleg product, bro.
Yeah,
for wholesale price.
Man,
like
he's selling you
he's selling you the fake Jordans and shit, bro. Like
this is Shaq on this shoe. I know when I see Shaq. That's Shaq. This ain't no Jordans. And you just letting these dudes do whatever you want. You man. All right, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
nah, you good,
you good, bro.
I'm gone, but that's exactly what the New York Giants fan base is, man. They're a toxic woman, man, and don't want to listen to nobody. Real talk.
That's a pretty good description of them. You know what I'm saying? I will say that, man. But all right, time to switch to the other New York Jets.
New York Jets.
All right, well, Jets do get a win. Thanks to Coco Chains and the Falcons. Look, man, the Jets, man, I told you, man, better quarterback play. Tyrod Taylor, man. Tyrod Taylor is always lurking in your back. Tyrod Taylor is always lurking in the background, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you need some help, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Tyrod Taylor's like that dude. You like, man, yo, I need somebody to help me move something real quick, bro. Like, yo, he just around, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Tyrod, you good? Yo, yeah, I'm good. I'll get out there with you. Like, that's Tyrod Taylor right there, bro. Because you know, he go out there, man, and he get it done, man. Did get it done for the Jets, man. The Jets 27-24 over the Falcons. Kirk Cousins, man. Tyrod Taylor. What a quarterback matchup. What a barn burner, so to speak, man. But Breece Hall, he did get a touchdown. Tyrod Taylor also with 44 yards on the ground and 172 in the air. So Tyrod doing his thing. Jets getting Adonai Mitchell involved this game. 8 receptions, 102 yards, and 12 targets and a touchdown. So Jets able to come away with the win here, 3-9. And we're gonna go to Tankathon here in a minute, man. But Coach, what's your thoughts about because that's really all it is to talk about with these New York teams? I mean, what are we doing here with the New York Jets? You know, they didn't gave up on Justin Fields, rightfully so, but you want a quarterback conundrum, brothers. What's going on over there, man? What's your thoughts?
I mean, as far as Tyrod, excellent point. I mean, he's a professional quarterback. He can come in and he can get you, the wins that you need on occasion. Is he the franchise quarterback? No, he's not. But he's going to do what he needs to do to get you through until your franchise is ready. So that's the big question. So the Jets, they have some pieces there. We've always known that, so, and Justin Fields has proven that, what? He's more like a Mike Glennon type quarterback, if you get what I'm saying, where he doesn't need to be in the NFL. So I'm sorry, unless he changes position. Now, if he changes position, we can come back and we can see if he can develop. But as a quarterback in today's NFL, no, he's not. He's not it, and I don't think there's any quarterback guru, quarterback whisperer that can really get him to at least be slightly below average.
Ain't nobody saying no saving him, huh?
Nah, I mean, if he wants to continue to play quarterback, maybe he can do it in the UFL.
No hope for the boy.
So, I mean, I'm being honest. I'm not trying to belittle the man, but as far as quarterback, we've seen it.
Yeah,
Tyrod comes in and the offense does seem a little bit better.
They got a dub.
Yeah, so it's like, and Tyrod, while he's not the young, spry quarterback that he used to be, he still has some wheels. So he can move, he can manage in the pocket, and he can still read the field, and he can get the ball downfield. So he's a
homie up the street that's going to help you move the couch.
There you go. Like you said, great point earlier. So he's a professional backup quarterback for like the Giants. He's our Jameis Winston. He'll come in and be the relief pitcher, get things going until the starter can come back and they just don't have that starter to get him going. So, and if they do, now when they do, let's put it that way, then it might be a different ball game. So, but right now, maybe I don't know what the rest of the schedule, but maybe they can get one. Maybe they can get Miami. I don't know, because Miami I think comes up to Jersey. So
they need to be losing. To be honest with you, man.
Don't forget they're in a good position because they have the 2 first-round draft picks, so they have the ammunition to still move up. So it's now if they move further, if they win more and move further back down, if they want to get to the one of the top 2 spots. That means you're not going to have to give
They need to be where the Giants at. They need to be in the Giant spot this year because they need a quarterback.
They need a quarterback, but they have the assets to move up. So if they keep winning, it's showing that, it's kicking in down there. Maybe they have to give up 3 first-round draft picks, 2 this year and 1 next year. That's a boatload to give up.
This is to move up real interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So it's and matter of fact, they have 4 over the next 2 years. So they can afford to win and move down because they still have the assets.
Are the Titans crazy enough to give up on Cam Ward this early?
No, I don't think they are. I think they're in the same position as the Giants right now. If they keep losing, they can get a boatload of assets and they can trade back and put pieces around Cam Ward. Because that's really all he needs. He just needs some pieces, more pieces.
Raiders are going to try to lose that game against the Giants. I see it now.
Yeah, that'll be the seed.
Yeah. Me and
The
Pat
Raiders
was
were
me and Pat was talking about it, but I know I see what they're doing now.
Now it's don't forget
The Raiders are gonna lose that game.
that
They're gonna give it to them.
Now
If
the
the
question
Giants
is, don't forget you have to look at the head coach too. We don't have a head coach. They do, and does Carroll want to still keep it down? I get what you're saying. They want to lose, but as a coach, you're not trying to. Now, management, different story. Give them pieces that are not going to help them. But as a coach, you want to win because that's going on your legacy. That's going on your record. So I get what you're saying. It goes both ways. As a fan, I'm saying, yeah, the Giants have the talent to beat the Raiders, and the Raiders are probably going to do what they need to do as a fan to get up there. But if I'm Pete Carroll,
I mean, I think if they play them, if they playing straight up, the Raiders are beating the Giants. That's what I'm saying. But I'm looking at it now in the grand scheme of things. I think the Raiders are going to pretty much go in there and kind of want to get out of and to get because the Giants are ahead of them now. So again,
forget that. Don't look at that. I get what you're saying with Tankathon. I'm saying Pete Carroll. Do you think Pete Carroll is purposely going to try and position this team to lose that game?
Hell yeah!
If
I'm trying to get my quarterback, hell yeah!
You know what I'm saying? If they
This
say
is what Giants do.
We need to lose
The
this
Giants
game.
will win that game if they was in the Raiders position.
We just seen it with Brian Dable. They damn near admitted it. Damn near saying, well, yeah, he gonna change the offense once he get the quarterback in there and all this shit. So what was he doing before? Fucking up. That's what y'all saying in a sense. So again, I was right. Now these teams do this. Brian Flores proved it. You know what I'm saying? So again, he got blackballed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But now you gotta say, hey, if Pete Carroll is solidified in that Raiders organization and he know he got a job, why not? Hey, we ain't going nowhere anyway this year. Why not let the games go? You know what I'm saying? You might not put your best. I'm not saying he might not put his best effort out there. Let's put it like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how coaches tank. They don't open up playbooks and they run vanilla schemes and do dumbass shit on the field. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he going out there, hey guys, y'all got to lose this game. It don't work like that. So people got to take things into context. But yeah, if they saying, hey Pete, man, just take it easy. We trying to get a good position for a draft pick. Pete going to take it easy. You fucking right he is because he's getting paid. But what you think? You
know what? I'm just bred differently. Fuck the job then, because I'm going out to win. I coach to win. That's just me. That's me. That's me. I get it. The tanking mindset does not stick with me. It just doesn't. I don't accept it.
It's pro sports.
Pro sports are not. Listen to what I'm saying. Me, Edward R. Gladney. I am not built like that. If I was a head coach in the NFL,
yeah, bro. But you said Pete Carroll. You said
no. I get what you said.
That's what I said.
Listen,
I didn't say head coach.
Me.
Coach Ed. Yeah,
no, but
right.
I just said that. I just said Coach Ed is not built like that. I get what you're saying. I don't accept it. I don't agree with it.
Right.
But
I don't agree with it either. I don't think they should
what
be
I'm
doing
saying. You just said he's going to not put his best put his best effort forward. He's going to be, if his position is solidified, he's going to try and get his quarterback. I get what you're saying. I don't believe he's going to do that. That's what I'm saying. So you believe otherwise?
Agree to disagree, yeah, because I think he would. I think he absolutely would. No
That's
question
all I'm saying.
about it.
I think he is, but I understand where you're coming from, Coach. Like you just, it's going by the sport as if it was truly about the sport. But
at the level you coach, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I understand your passion and why you wouldn't think anything like this will happen. But what I've gathered in research about this league and these leagues is absolutely bro, it's absolutely going down like that. It's
Again,
almost
you believe that? I don't. And you know, you have your
I
intel.
believe it.
I have my intel. You know what? I beg to differ.
I've heard it from athletes. I've heard it from
I've coached guys who've been in the NFL. I've had conversations with NFL coaches, NFL executives. So I mean, maybe I'm just being naive.
You know what I'm saying? I actually have had conversations with people, and I know like some of the shit that's been going down. That's why I'm able to like look, bro. I know. You know what I'm saying? Now it ain't. There's always context in things, and I always want people to understand that. You know what I'm saying? And you do have coaches say, "Hey, look, you know, I'm not going for that shit." Like Brian
Antonio Pierce did it. That's why they got rid of him.
Pierce, you know, they give you these examples, and then you know those coaches they don't excel to that level. That's where you get some of the blackballing and the Mark Jacksons, and I think Mark Jackson probably said no to the bullshit. Why he ain't coaching? You get sit your ass in the booth, dog. You can't get with this program. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, look, it does happen, coach. I agree with you. But the majority of those motherfuckers in there, bro, you know, that's got them head coaching jobs in those major leagues. Yeah.
They get down.
They do what they told. Let me just put it like that. But let's get back to Tankathon. And the Jets, like I said, sitting there 7th, Giants in 2nd. If you're the Giants, you want to get out that spot. And if you're the Jets, you want to get up to the spot with the Giants. Now, I don't know if they could work something out, but Woody Johnson and John Mara need to be talking right now to help both of them out, because they both in that raggedy ass building called MetLife Stadium, and they both need something out of this draft. And the Giants need the picks, and the Jets need the damn quarterback in the number 2 spot. I don't think the Giants winning. They might win the Raiders game, but we'll see. But again, I think they're gonna be ahead of the Jets regardless. So they need to be talking. But what's the thoughts?
Talking now? No. After the season, I'm going to play out the season and see what happens. Because you know, if the Giants win a game or two, they're not going to be in that position, and they're not going to be in position to trade with a quarterback needy team based on that.
Giants to win another game. Let me put it like that.
Honestly, no, I don't.
Me either.
I don't think they have the. I think right now the New England game took a lot of the fight, because I'm really wondering personally, are guys now making business decisions? That part I'm with. I get you, and that's why I'm like, I think Dexter Lawrence is going to shut it down in a little bit, and you know what's up with AT. Brian Burns is trying to chase being a Pro Bowl in sacks, so he's going to be out there fighting. But I mean, I'm looking at Kayvon Thibodeau. He's been down for a while, and you got 4 games. If he's not playing that first game after the bye, then I think he's probably going to shut down for the rest of the season. So, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at that. Yeah, and you also have, you know, Jackson Dart. You know, I mean, do the Giants eventually say we got to pull him and sit him down, because he's putting himself in a bad situation where he might really seriously jeopardize him. Stop. No, listen. And I'm not talking about the game after the bye. I'm talking about the last 2 games. No. That's what I'm talking about. No, you know, as if he's out there and he's throwing his body around and getting in concussion protocol, and he's not listening. He's still doing what he's doing.
And baby, this.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Please, and that I was afraid you were going to take it that way. I'm not talking about babying him, but you gotta. I'm talking about discipline. You know what? You're not listening. If we're coaching you, and look, they've shown it on the field. Russell Wilson has tried to talk to me. You see Jameis. All the coaches have tried to talk to him. and he still wants.
You're gonna shake that boy into being scared to move around.
That's not what I'm saying. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm not saying you're going to shake.
I'm saying that narrative is going to because again, this a young kid, bro. Let him play football. He gonna get hit.
That's not what I'm talking about. I understand the motherfucker is going to get hit. Damn, I get that. But if you're not being smart on the field. Sometimes you. Okay.
I seen him dive and slide. You haven't? He can't. Some play you just gonna get hit.
So the
Giants fans act like every play he gets hit is magnified. Oh my God! Look at that play. He took a massive hit. Like good God,
bro. I
seen a whole bunch. I watched the whole game. I seen plays where Dart took off. He did what he's supposed to do. He dove or slid and avoided the hit.
That first one when he was trying and he got surprised. He was trying to slide. So yes, I do understand that. But again, I just said to you that sideline play, and he knew it. Step out of bounds a yard early. You've got 3rd and 2. You're telling me, oh, that's okay? And he's coming out afterwards. Oh, this is not soccer. I'm going to get hit. I get you going to get hit, bro. But why are you putting yourself in a position where you're giving the defense? Because you know what? As a defensive player, I want a quarterback like that. Because I'm going to give you the fucking business. Because I am going to give you a couple of dirty shots. Because you know what? You're going to be aggressive and you're going to be Mr. Macho and you're going to be out there trying to run and all this stuff. And, at times you're going to try and surprise a defensive back and dip your shoulder into his chest because he's expecting you to go out of bounds. But then you're going to keep getting concussions. But okay, I get it. You say it's a narrative that's going to make him soft and take it out of him. That's not what I'm saying. Because I've coached plenty of players. I coached a player like him. And I could bring Mark on here and he will tell you, yeah, Coach Ed used to sit here and tell me, and I used to be like that. Mark was a 5'9" quarterback playing minor league semi-pro and wanted to prove how tough he was to his teammates. And I had to pull him to the side. And then I had to sit him for 2 fucking games.
I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna leave it alone. It's football, and you know this, Coach. It's psychological. You know what I'm saying? This day and age, with these kids, they are exposed to a lot of media. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna put it like that. So when you have every hit this kid takes being magnified and shared on social media like he's getting his brains knocked out, when he's just taking hits that's normal football hits that anybody would take. And I understand, you know what? But the kid came from Ole Miss. He came from a winning program. He ain't used to these bum-ass, lowly, losing-ass Giants where they want to play everything safe. You know, in a normal situation, a kid trying to get a first down, he's trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Now, in a grand scheme of things, yeah, I get your side of it. You know, you want to avoid those where you can, you know, but I'm not going to make an extremely big deal out of it like this media has done, you know, excluding you out of it because you're not part of the national media, but the national media has been running with this. And it's a bullshit narrative.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So based on what you just said there, because we're talking about him on that sideline hit, then why did Theo Johnson act the way he did?
I don't know.
And then all his other teammates, they all thought it was an unnecessary hit when it wasn't. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you heard it.
I was happy they was supposed to fight. And when he did that, I was like, damn, at least somebody out there showing some fight, man. The Giants
but here's the thing.
Such a punk team, man. They so soft. They are.
I'm not talking about the spirit. That part I get you. What I'm saying is there is being smart. And sometimes, yes, in this day and age, with the rules, this is not back in the 80s. Because if this was back in the 80s, you would not hear me complaining or saying shit. You wouldn't. I'm used to the Phil Simms, the Joe Montana, those types of quarterbacks fighting tooth and nail for everything and taking hits like that and getting back up and brushing the dirt off their shoulder and going back to the huddle to show them how tough they are. You ain't do shit to me, nigga.
Mm-hmm. And when Daniel Jones ran over Grady goddamn Jarrett, ain't nobody say nothing about Daniel Jones taking a goddamn hit. But let me go ahead and move on. Now that I done said that, and because again, you know, we don't want to go back to Daniel Jones.
no, that's not what we're not saying that. What I'm saying, but the rules, I will say this to close it out. The rules of this game has made this a pussy sport. I'm sorry, I'm being very, very graphic, but it has. Yeah, it has taken the aggressiveness, it has taken the hard hits out of the game. And that's where I'm saying what I'm saying. You're taking it out. Well, then you know what? Jackson Dart, be smart. Because you also cost your team with a penalty.
The rules is also geared to, you know,
the quarterback,
supposedly protect the quarterback.
Yes, and I agree with you, and that's why I'm just
all this shit too when he do get hit. No, but that's another story. But
let's leave it alone.
Yeah, we could debate about it, man, all night. But let's get to
I love this debate though.
Let's get to let's update you on the basketball. I see you in the chat, Leaf. What's good with you, man? Neymar, appreciate all y'all in the chat. Mets not doing no call-ins tonight. Tonight's gonna be a quick show. Working on some other projects and some different things, man, coming out for y'all. But let's get to the Nets. First of all, the Nets won, by the way. They beat the Bulls. Now
Michael Porter
Jr., 33 points.
10 rebounds.
Noah Clowney, man, is extending. I do feel like that. I feel like, man, shout out to the Aboriginal Sports Network, you know, Leaf, you know, myself. You know, we was talking about Noah Clowney in the preseason and how he could possibly be one of those players, one of those diamond in the rough gem type players, and he's starting to pick it up, man. Tonight, 20 points, 6 out of 11 from 3-point, 7 rebounds in 34 minutes. So pretty good there for Clowney. Nick Claxton almost getting his triple-double on 14 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. And like I said, Michael Porter Jr., 33 points, 5 of 12 from 3-point land, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. So Nets, 2 wins in a row. 2 wins in a row, man. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets. Showing some promise, man, but a lot of Nets fans don't like these wins. But you need to give this team some morale, some hope, some direction. And you want to see some of these guys show up and see what you got in some of these young players. And it looks like they might have found one in Noah Clowney. So.
All right, Leaf. All right, you got that, Leaf. You got that.
Well, let me share.
Second to the last at 10:59.
Coach out here giving his gym.
You got that way. You got that way. You got that. You right. I'm that type of coach. I admit it, man.
Yeah, coach.
I'm
Can I say something unpopular about the Nets?
Oh man, whoa, what?
Y'all have 5 first-round picks this year?
Yeah, we did.
So you should want them to win a little bit, right?
They won 2
because they got to develop into something.
Oh, I want them to
keep
win.
Losing,
I'm saying,
keep losing.
I'm unpopular opinion sports, bro, for a reason, and it's just natural. I want the team to win. You know what I'm saying? It's the other Nets fans. You know, Leaf can chime in here if he wants to. I'll send you the link if you want to, Leaf. But I want the Nets to win some games. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't want them to like try to chase the playoffs because I think that's kind of a waste. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, if you still think that you're gonna build if you still trying to flip some of these players for picks, you know, because I don't know if some of these players in their long-term plans. Nick Claxton might be though. I mean, they've been playing him a lot. They've been using him a lot. As far as a passer, in this season in this offense that Jordy Fernandez has. So they might be, you know, I think Cam Thomas might be on his way out. So we'll see. But I look, when it comes to the Nets, man, I'm thinking rebuild. You know, I'm not thinking, hey, win now. So that's why I'm taking the approach of, hey, you know, it might be better just to try to get in that lottery and increase your chances there, as in to try to chase, you know, a playoff berth. And in that sense, you know, you're going to probably flip some of these players eventually. You know, but some Nets fans is just like lose every game and try to get, you know, the best odds, because that's all it is odds. Yeah. It's not
right. That doesn't make any sense.
It's not no guarantee that you're gonna get that top pick. So
right.
I don't really take that approach. I've never really taken that approach in the NBA. But here's Leaf, man. Leaf, what's good, bro?
What's going on, bro? Nah, I was tuned in because I was seeing Coach last part. Coach was on this Jim Brown shit from Any Given Sunday when he was yelling on the sideline. It was like, yo, Coach, you gonna get a stroke. He was like, I don't get strokes, motherfucker. I give them.
Yeah, I'm that. I'm that type of.
I can see it. Listen, Coach, I know, man. We only vibed up here, but I could already see that animal, that dog. Like, yo, get your ass on the sideline, man. If you ain't running the damn plays right, type shit. Get on the damn ground, yo. Y'all gonna do these up downs all day until we get tired and thirsty. Don't fumble my football or don't bleed on my jersey. Don't do none of that.
Don't mess up my money. My football is my money. Yeah,
that's a fact. That's a fact.
I'm team though, bro.
From what I can see is that the rookies are starting to develop pretty gradually, man. Danny Wolf in the previous games, man. Danny Wolf has showed offensively that he is everything that I said he was, and I only needed 5 minutes to see him at Michigan, and I was sold. I think in terms of skill set and skill set to the offense and everything, I think he's done a fairly good job coming into the game and shooting pretty good. Everybody turned the ball over, man. He turned the ball over pretty much tonight. But the real thing is that I think Jordy has all of the archetype players that he needs. He just doesn't have the names of the archetype players that he needs. One thing we got to make important on this right here, and if nobody has said this out loud, MPJ, outside of Steph, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, is it any I don't give a fuck type shooters, bro, in the league, bro, like the MPJ? Because, like, when he's coming off the screens and he's coming off of pin downs, dribble handoffs off the catch because his back is messed up, you know he can't get nothing off the bounce. and he's giving you 25-8 on average on this team. I don't think we've played bad with him in the lineup, and I think the ball is moving, and he's getting his 25-8 through the flow in the offense, unlike somebody else I know. But at the same time,
So,
but at the same time, and I'm gonna go over to that show, bro, like, and let my voice be heard, because a lot of people is on Twitter saying the same thing I'm telling you right now. But realistically, I think everything is starting to get together, man. I mean, I like the chemistry of this team is coming together. Obviously we still in the basement, obviously, but I just like what I see now, even though I'm not confident that we're gonna win every game. Obviously, I'm not confident that we probably gonna win a few more games, but I'm just liking what I see. I'm just like, I see the ball movement tonight, man. We hit a lot of threes because we're a 3-point shooting team. The spacing is much better. Claxton is much better at his attacking and his opportunities to the basket, man. He had a nice little 12, 9, and 8 game. They're turning him into a passer, man. He's becoming a passer because MPJ is shooting that shit off the damn catch, and he doesn't give a shit who's on him. And that's pretty much what it is, man. I mean, like, we got a good night. We got a good night against the Bulls, who I think is pure bullshit. That's a
are you
bullshit ass team.
are you in the they should tank, or are you thinking the Nets should, you know what I'm saying, try to win games?
I'm not in. I can tell you, I'm not in the tank. But I don't know if I'm just in the, like, yo, let's see this team develop. You know what I'm saying? Like, because 5 rookies got drafted, 3 of them is out there on the court, actually, giving it all they got. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's just see what happens within that, man. But outside of that, man, enjoying the Knicks shit the bed, but let's just see what happens with these young players, man, and these young rookies, because there's only a few veterans on this team. MPJ is one of them, and I think he's fitting well with this team, man, and everything that they're doing. So let's just see how this all gradually works. That's all I'm here for.
Word. All right, man. Shit, man. Well, got to get to these other teams, man. We still got to hit the hockey, man, and the baseball and coach's corner. Look, man. One last thing on the Nets. Hey, what's the deal with Cam Thomas, man? Is he? Are they going to get rid of this guy?
I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, I really don't care. I mean, I think the one thing that has to be said, and it's another thing that's going to be a not so friendly topic on a not so friendly take on here, is that the dominant small guard is slowly dying out in the NBA. I repeat, the ball dominant small guard is slowly losing his value into this NBA. Slowly, it's happening, bro. Like, because if you don't believe me, bro, like, and I know this is a New York show, if you don't believe me, go watch the Atlanta Hawks for a little bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, with Trey.
Go watch them without it, because without Trey, defensively they are like that. And Jalen Johnson, that light skinned kid, he could do anything. He could fill up the stat sheet just about as good as anybody else. So go ahead. So you go ahead and go watch that team. Go ahead and watch the Bulls tonight, who don't have a small guard. They got Giddey running the operations, even though defensively they suck, and they low-key got carried in the first couple of weeks by the NBA because Jordan had all these damn interviews on goddamn NBC, and they trying to revive these old rivalries. The NBA think I'm stupid. I'm not. Telling you right now, man.
Yeah. The Bulls, man. We don't need to get into the Bulls, man.
We don't.
For real.
But about Cam Thomas, I don't really care, man. Like, the small ball the small dominant, a ball dominant guard is slowly losing his value
But
in
I mean,
today's
like,
league.
I mean, are they? Do you think do you think the Nets are going to trade him? You know what I'm saying? Do you think it's gonna happen?
No, because I think right now there like not at least not right now. I don't think a team has really found a
Because it's like
spot for him or a value for him.
they got too much right now. Like because you got Clowney. Like, what you gonna do with all these dudes?
The thing is that you right now the value the what you have to occupy is the value of the young players. That's Clowney and these rookies, and three of them are proven that their skill sets can translate to an NBA team and an NBA roster. Danny Wolf is offensively gifted. Yegor is still learning on the fly. His shot got better. Um, what's the other kid? The dark skinned kid from UNC, Drake Powell.
Drake Powell, yeah, my
Drake
man.
Powell is a two-way player. Defensively, he could be your POA. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like Noah Clowney is starting to get better with his offensive opportunities. Defensively, he can still do things. Claxton fits well with all these pieces, bro. Like in terms of his dribbling
I
opportunities.
thought he was the odd man out, but it looks like they might be keeping him.
I think Claxton has been revived little by little. I think he's been revived in this setting because the archetypes that he's playing around with is slightly better. He's playing around with a lot more shooters, and he's getting a lot more spacing now. So he's getting opportunities to put the ball on the floor, make a move. He could get to something, man. It ain't the prettiest, man, but I mean, he's been able to do some things, man. And I think putting shooters around him. I think putting shooters around him and allowing him to take the rebound and dribble the length of the court, man, and do things and transition, man. Obviously we know he's very fast on his feet, man. He can still defend it. He can still be the weak side defender. With Danny Wolf is in the game, we run a 3-big lineup with him and Clowney. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, and that gives him the opportunity to basically roam and be the roam defender on the court, while Danny Wolf is being like the on-ball defender, and Danny Wolf defense is not as bad as a lot of people thought it was. So, realistically, I mean, I like the vision of it. I do like the vision of it. I just want to see if it could turn into Rome.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. We're gonna move on. Got to keep the show rolling. Let's get into the quick rundown here, man. We're gonna run it down. We're gonna walk these blocks, man, and go around the city. Let's hit it, man.
I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Said I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
All right, man. So kicking off here, man. The Devils took a L. To the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars, man. Beating down the Devils 3-0. Devils still holding strong, man. In second place in the Central Division behind Colorado, who only lost one game. God damn. Whew. Okay. Oh, no. I'm in the wrong division. Never mind.
Keep forgetting the hockey season just started.
They behind Carolina and Washington. Well, they're worse than I thought. Jersey tied with the Capitals and the Carolina Hurricanes, who have been definitely a tough team. And as you can already look, Islanders and Rangers down there near the bottom. Man, these New York teams, bro.
Try.
But all the way around, even going to hockey. But the Devils still holding it down, man. They still in it, man. It's still early in the hockey season, so let's see if somebody can get back in the mix. Speaking of the Rangers, they did win, and they actually beat the Dallas Stars. So the Rangers doing what the Devils could not. Stars of the game. Don't know how to pronounce Gravrikov. Vlad. We're gonna call him Vlad. And Igor Shesterkin. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But that's the goalie. 24 saves on the night for the Rangers. Yeah, Rangers. They got to get it together, man. Rangers should be a better team than this. 14-12, only 3-8-1 at home. Why can't these New York teams win their home games? They get at home and they just fall apart.
Man, that's like asking why women don't listen.
Islanders, man. Islanders got it done too. The other night, man, beating the Tampa Bay Lightning 2-1. Islanders sitting at 14-10, 14-10-3, 6-6-2 at home. Stars of the game, Bo Horvat and the goalie Ilya Sorokin. So, doing my best to try to pronounce these names. But yeah, Islanders, like I said, the Islanders and Rangers sitting down there at the bottom behind all the other teams in their division: Carolina, Washington, Jersey, Pittsburgh, and Philly. Not a good start for the locals in hockey outside of the Devils. All right, let's go over to. Hold up. Where am I at?
You're in New York.
Yankees. Yankees. That's where we're going. We're going to the New York Yankees. Yeah.
New York Yankees.
All right, so Yankees still trying to work out this Cody Bellinger deal. Trying to get a deal with Cody Bellinger. And apparently, you know, they really need him because he played pretty well last year. Bellinger played pretty well. Slash 272, 334, and 480 with 29 home runs and 98 RBIs, 25 doubles, and 152 games played. So now you got to think, who did the Yankees lose last season? Last offseason? Juan Soto, right? So now you go into this. So you basically got Bellinger, you know, to bring in with the money or some of the money he was going to use for Juan Soto, because he didn't get nearly as a good contract he got. But now, are you going to lose Bellinger too? You see what I'm saying? They're not keeping it together now, bro. You see what I'm saying? They're not keeping it together now. What's your thoughts?
It's going to be a little bit. I mean, the being concerned over players that they're losing, justifiable. I get where you're coming from. You lost whatchamacallit to the Mets today. Also, the pitcher.
I'm gonna get to that.
So, you know, what's going on? I'm looking at it as more of players just using this team as a money grab.
That's what it looked like, don't it?
Yeah, it's just, you know, I mean, they're not trying to be here to to win in a sense. They just want to be here so they can get paid. And if that's what Cashman is building, all right. If that's what Steinbrenner's letting Cashman build, all right. You're just going to be competing, and look, I'm not saying they're going to be, down at in the toilets, but you want to be mediocre. You just want to get into the playoffs, maybe get to the World Series and lose to the Dodgers of all teams. Okay.
So they basically saying here that there's a report that the Yankees aren't willing to pay the price that Bellinger wants. But Buster only, I guess, shot that down. But one evaluator said the Yankees could go on with what they currently have. They did retain Trent Grisham. And they would be basically committing to Jason Dominguez. The young player, 22-year-old. But I don't know if you want to go into the season with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. All right, man. Moving on. Let's get to the Mets.
New York Mets.
All right. The Mets. Yeah, they got Devin Williams from the Yankees. Stole another Yankee. Agreed to a 3-year deal worth $51 million. Coach alluded to it just a minute ago. So he switches New York teams, and he's going over to the Mets. The Mets still don't know what's going on with Edwin Diaz, so they went and got Devin Williams. And they could possibly still bring Diaz back, but we'll see. But yeah, Williams didn't have a great year last year. Had 4.79 ERA. His advanced numbers, here go these analytic guys, was ranked among the elites. He ain't look elite out there to me when I was watching him, but what do I know? But in 6 years with the Brewers, he's 31 years old. He had a 1.83 career ERA, so I guess he just fell apart with the Yankees. So now he goes to the Mets, and again, Mets, they willing to spend and bring in the big players, and it looks like the Yankees are playing small money now. What's your thoughts, Coach?
Same old Yankees. I mean, that's really all I can say, man. Because as a Yankee fan, you get frustrated when you see teams like Boston, and you see teams like the Dodgers go out there and do what they need to do. And to Mr. Gray.
Yeah, Matt.
Sonny Gray.
Oh yeah, he was running his mouth as well.
He didn't want to be here, but I looked at his presser, his initial presser, and he was just so excited to be here. And so you're nothing.
Why he ain't want to be here? Because he was
Try.
That's why.
Well, I say this: you're nothing but a liar. I mean, let's keep it real. You want to say, it was a tough market to play in, blah blah blah. Okay, fine. but now you didn't want to be here in the first place, and now you hate the Yankees. Okay, Yankees fan, I will say this:
We
when
don't
he's
like
on the
him either.
mound, make sure y'all let him know. Let him know, man. You know,
Oh,
Now
they
see
will.
this. Now see this. The coach I came up in here for, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You been to Yankee? When last time you been to a Yankees game, Coach?
oh, man, it's, 98.
I think
Yeah,
for me, it was about '06. I want to say.
yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, they gonna let him have it. They're gonna let him have
Yeah,
it.
and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, definitely. You know, give him the business, man.
Oh yeah.
Treat him like a little sweet thing on the corner. 'Cause yeah, that's what he is. Man.
Oh
That's what
man,
he is to me.
this
But
see this see. This the coach that I came in for. I came up in the damn live and I heard him carrying on in the football section of this shit. He being light right now, but I already know. I already know what he wants. I already know what he wants.
Yeah, yeah. You know, look.
yeah,
I'm gonna leave it alone because
hey, look,
I've been getting a little bit too spicy.
just
Yeah, I have.
Riled up.
I admit it.
Hey man,
I've
listen,
been
I'm
getting
here
spicy,
for it.
man.
yeah, man.
No, it's not. It's not that.
We're gonna keep it pushing though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Devin Williams to the Mets. Still in the Edwin Diaz, and the Yankees still with a shitty bullpen. All right. That is going to wrap it up for Around the City. Time to get in the coach's corner, man. Time to get in the coach's corner, and because look, man, these New York teams, bro,
Try.
it's hard to hold conversation.
Why you think I only promote one of them?
Ain't a lot of hope. You know what I'm saying? I look, we do Heart of the City. This is a traditional show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we talk about all the teams. So we throwing all the teams in that bunch. Not picking and choosing here. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel
again.
we gotta remind our audience how trash they are. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Not picking and choosing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is for the fans that want to come out of fairy tale land and come down to reality for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get a little smack of that. You know what I'm saying? And
realize collectively, bro, like all of the damn teams is lower than Oscar the Grouch.
But coach, man, you got what was that? You got Coach's Corner queued up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Let's
Go ahead.
Let's fire it up.
Appreciate that. Before I dive into Coach's Corner, I want to apologize to my brother, NYG, to Pat, to you guys in the chat. Seriously, anybody who knows me knows I don't subscribe to the N-word. And for me to use it was hypocritical. I was getting a little bit too riled up, and I was wrong, and I apologize to everyone. So, with that being said, I'm going to dive into it. Now, real quick, in terms of the Liberty, I didn't have anything queued up. I just wanted to touch on the fact that the WNBA has extended the collective bargaining negotiations another 6 weeks because it was coming to the end of November. So they've now pushed it to the middle of January. So hopefully they're coming to a resolution. We're going to see. So just wanted to touch on that. So now I'm going to go ahead and dive into Syracuse. Talk a little bit about what's going on up north. In football, they actually closed out with a bad loss to Boston College, who came in at the time 1-10. They lost to Boston College 34-12. So they finished out their season 3-9 overall and 1-7 in the ACC. So it's a lot going on there. One of the things that's happening right now is today starts in all of college football signing day. So recruits can sign their letter of intent to say that they're going to play for colleges. I haven't gotten a lot of who they did sign, but in terms of initially yesterday on the Rivals ranking recruiting circuit for next year, they're ranked 29th, so they do have a good class. So hopefully they'll definitely be able to bring all those players in, and then next year they'll be able to step up. One of the biggest reasons this year was disappointment, quarterback play. They lost Steve, their transfer from Notre Dame early in the season, and the quarterback play went down from there. So we'll see what goes on. Also, this is going to be closing out football as a whole because none of the locals made any bowl games. So after today, you won't hear me talk much about college football unless something big comes up. Next, I'm going to talk about basketball for Syracuse. Yesterday, they had a big win. They beat number 15 Tennessee in an ACC SEC challenge, and they came away with a 62-60 win. So that's a great win for them. Hopefully they'll continue a trend. Currently, they're standing at 5-3 on the season. The women, they're facing Auburn tonight. I don't have any updates as of yet. So I think they started at around 8:00. So I haven't been able to do some research. On Sunday, they're going to be traveling to Dallas to face SMU. And right now, they were 8-1 overall on the season. So that's going to close it out for Syracuse. And now I'm going to move on to the Tri-State legends. And the one I'm going to talk about is Jim Valvano. And I'm doing this in honor of ESPN's Giving Tuesday for the fight against cancer. So Valvano played sports, high school sports, actually in Long Island. He was a 3-sport athlete at Seaford High School in Seaford in Long Island, graduating in 1963. He then went on to play at Rutgers, played point guard for Rutgers from 1964 to 1967. He helped Rutgers finish third in the 1967 National Invitational Tournament, or NIT. He was named Senior Athlete of the Year at Rutgers in 1967. He then began his coaching career at Rutgers as a freshman, a coach, and an assistant on the varsity. He was also an assistant coach at Connecticut. He also has held head coaching positions at 4 schools in college: Johns Hopkins, Bucknell, Iona, and North Carolina State. He won an ACC tournament championship in 1983 and 87, regular season championship in 1985 and 89, and won the NCAA championship in 1983 versus the Houston Cougars. And that's the team that had Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler. So they were a good team, also known as Fly Slamma Jamma. He was voted the ACC Coach of the Year in 1989. He served as an athletic director at Iona and NC State. His overall coaching record, 346-10. At NCAA, he was 209 and 114. Now, his NCAA tournament record was 12-8 overall. NIT, he was 0-1. He was also named the Arthur Ashe Courage Award in 1985. And one of the things he's most noted for is his fight against cancer and his never give up speech at the ESPY. So if you have a chance, listen to it. It's a great speech. And, you know, he was one who fought against cancer. And I know we all have been touched somewhere along the line in our families with someone who's, you know, we've lost them to it, or they've overcome cancer. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move into the Princeton Den and start out with basketball. Their football season ended last week. Now, Princeton lost to St. Joe's from Philadelphia on Sunday, and they face Monmouth tonight, losing to the Hawks 63-58. Now, the current record is 3-7, so it's a tough season for the Tigers. On Saturday, they're traveling to Chicago to face Loyola of Illinois. Now, the women's basketball team, they defeated DePaul on Saturday and Seton Hall last night, and they have an overall record of 8-1. They're traveling to Tennessee to face Belmont University on Saturday, so hopefully they'll continue to trend. Now, moving on to Rutgers news. Now, in football, Rutgers suffered a heartbreaking loss to Penn State, 40-36. It was a game that they really had control. I mean, they had over 500 yards of total offense. KJ Duff, who made a spectacular one-handed catch. His catch even ended up on, I believe it was NFL Live the other day, against 3 other NFL team players who made spectacular catches, and he was one of the 4 that they spoke about. So now on the season, Rutgers, it's a disappointing season in Rutgers Nation. They finished at 5-7, 2-7 in the Big Ten. The defense is considered one of the worst in FBS and Big Ten history. Now, they started their recruiting. They signed 21 kids. 1 kid today decommitted and signed on with Georgia Tech. But they had signed another kid who was, they flipped another kid to bring him in earlier in the week. And it was the writing on the wall with him. So currently under Rivals, they're at 40. And on 3, I believe they're at 43. So they have 2 4-stars that were signed. So there's big support for them going forward. In terms of basketball, to close out, when they were over at the Players Era Tournament, they beat UNLV to come away 1-2. They beat UNLV 80-65. Yesterday, they hosted number 1 Purdue. They did lose 81-65. They will play number 3 Michigan on Saturday in Michigan. Right now, they're standing at 5-4 on the season, 0-1 in the Big Ten play, because yesterday was the first Big Ten game. Now, I want to give a special shout out to 2 players, Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey. They're doing their things in the NBA. Dylan is averaging 13.4 points per game, 2.8 rebounds, 3.4 assists. Ace is actually averaging 10.3 points. Dylan plays for San Antonio. Ace is playing for Utah. Ace is averaging 10.3 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 1.8 assists. So there you have it. In Rutgers women's basketball, the Lady Knights defeated Northeastern and St. Peter's to move to 7-2 on the season. They're hosting number 12, the Iowa Hawkeyes, on Saturday. So it's going to be a step up in competition. We're going to see what holds. And to close out, I'm going to touch on Seton Hall. Wednesday, they took on today. They took on the Central Connecticut State, and they won that game 77-61. They're going to be traveling to Kansas to face Kansas State on Saturday. So that's a big game. And in terms of their record, they're 8-1 on this season. So there you have it for Coach's Corner. That's what I have until next week. So back to you, NYG.
All right, man. Yeah, we're gonna close it out, man. Gonna make this a short one, man, here tonight, man. But good stuff, man. Appreciate everybody chiming in the chat. But shout out to Met, shout out to Nick, shout out to Nimar. Appreciate y'all tapping in. with us tonight. Iman Perry, always in the chat. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Danielberry Sports, Raphael. Yeah, appreciate all y'all tapping in, man. Coach, any last words, man, before we close out, man? Any last words on the New York Knicks?
Still a work in progress, so I'm going to be patient with them. Damn, Leaf, that looks good, bro. That looks good. All right. All right. I ain't mad at you. But yeah, the Knicks are a work in progress, so I'm going to wait, closer towards trade deadline to see if they do anything, and then going into the All-Star break, see where they stand. Can they really step up and be on a higher level, because they do have the talent. I looked at the stats tonight. I mean, Carl Anthony did put up a 30-piece, but 30-piece and I think 18 rebounds. But again, it's against Charlotte, so I need to see that against the better teams, and hopefully they'll step up. So that's about it.
All right, man. Leaf Diggy, man. Appreciate you joining the show, man. Any last words, man, before we close out?
Yeah, I got some last words for sure. I appreciate Coach with the apology and everything, but you already know I come up here for be ignorant, man. I don't get that much time to in my day to be ignorant no more, and there's very little time. But I will tell you this: this Sunday, coming up, I will be ignorant, and you gonna see exactly how ignorant I'm gonna be, man. Shout out to everybody on the platform, and of course Pat, of course everybody that chipping with the shows, Mets, of course, man, NYG, and one more thing about to say to Nets fans, and I'm gonna say it in about 30 minutes once I get on pre-show. Listen here, anytime you get 3 first-round picks, basically you need to look at it like getting a top 3 pick, because that means you got 3 chances to get this thing right, or 5 chances in our case.
You got 5.
Yeah, realistically, you got 5. You got 5 chances to get this thing right. So, for anybody that's worried about, we shouldn't have won tonight and this, that, and the third, man. It's like this song that my moms used to play, man. Just remembers, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. You know what I'm talking about.
Go, man.
You know what I'm talking Coach, you know what I'm talking about.
That's a perfect way to end it off, man.
Coach, you know what I'm talking about.
Appreciate each and every one of y'all for tapping in,
about,
bro. And, man, we're going to get up out of here, man.
Definitely, man.
Take us out, man.
I see y'all.
Peace.
Peace.